Hey everybody, this is Dario Priolo from JK Research, and what I want to talk about today are 6 essential reminders for closing Q2 strong. Today is June 10th. There are about 3 weeks left in the quarter, 3 weeks left in the first half of the year, and there are just some things that you absolutely want to make sure that you do and don't do in order to get hung up at the last minute and possibly miss your number. So let's talk about those. The first is about really rallying your sales and RevOps teams. Your sales team certainly should know that it's the last 3 weeks of the quarter and the last 3 weeks of the first half of the year. The RevOps team should know as well. Your sales team needs people to support them in order to get these deals closed. Whether they're in legal, whether they're in finance, whether they're in procurement, all of these people need to know that they're a part of the team and they're essential as well. So their commitment is absolutely necessary. They need to know your expectations for them to support sales, to get everything done, to get the deals across the finish line. Then you want to make sure that you've absolutely prioritized your highest probability deals. As a CEO, you should know exactly what's going on in these deals. You should have yourself a very high level of faith that they're going to actually close. And if you do, then you really have to think about your forecasts and whether they're actually going to close. But at the end of the day, you need to be able to provide resources to support these high probability deals to make sure that they get across the finish line. And you're probably the best person to help to reassure the sales team and the head of sales that whatever you can do, you will do in order to get these deals across the finish line. Similarly, you want to leverage executive level support. That doesn't all have to be you as the CEO. It could be other executives in your company. But that executive level sponsorship shows the customer just an increased level of commitment from you and your organization that you're going to do everything it takes for them to be successful. And it's often very helpful to help get these deals across the finish line. Next, you want to prepare any discount terms in advance. So it's very inefficient when your sales team has to keep coming back and forth to the head of sales, to their sales manager, up to finance to try to figure out whether or not you can actually hit a discount that the customer is asking for. You want to make sure that you know your absolute bottom line in terms of your discounts and your terms that you can do in order to basically allow the salesperson the latitude in order to get these deals done on their own. Now there may be some very special circumstances, maybe as you get into the last week of the quarter where it's all hands on deck and all discounts and counter offers are considered. But at this point, just let them know what they can do and let them go ahead and try to do it, knowing that they've got these guidelines in place to help them. Next is around streamlining legal and procurement. So you want to make sure that these deals don't get hung up in legal or procurement. So whatever you can do in advance to get things like statements of work or master services agreements approved, even prior to the final terms and price of the deal being agreed to, do that. Try to push to do that. You don't want to end up in the last week of the quarter, you finally come to terms, and then everyone in legal and procurement is just too busy in order to get things done because everyone's trying to get things done at the last minute in the last week of the quarter. So whatever you can do to avoid that, do it, and it's going to really help you make your number. And finally, you want to make sure that you're leading from the front. You're the CEO. You have to be out there as the cheerleader. You have to be out there as the motivator. Even if you have a head of sales, you have to be joined at the hip with them. You need to jointly do this and make sure that everybody in the organization knows that it's everybody's job to make the number. If you can do that, then you're going to give yourself a much better chance of making your number, and then you're going to be in much better shape. So again, 3 weeks left in the quarter. Just 6 reminders to close the quarter strong. I hope you have a wonderful quarter and all the best to you. Please contact me if you have any questions. Thank you.